How's it going, guys? Fun with Knives back again, taking a look at the new for 2016 CRKT Pangolin. This is an RMJ tactical design from Ryan Johnson and is, advertised as such a small EDC tactical fixed blade. Now, when I was looking to buy this knife, I was searching YouTube, searching all over the internet, and there wasn't any reviews as of that date. So this, I've had this knife for maybe a month, and I'm hoping that anyone looking at purchasing this knife will see this video, and I'm gonna give you a spoiler alert right now. I absolutely recommend it. I think you guys should pick it up if you're looking for a smaller fixed blade that can either be carried around on the daily or maybe even a hiking, backpacking, camping knife. So the reason I bought this knife was I was looking into carrying a fixed blade now and again, and I already had this Azula 2. Now this Azula 2 is in obviously a different price point, but we'll talk about that in a minute. But there's so many similarities in this knife that I feel like they belong in the same class, which is a medium-sized knife that is not a neck knife. Now, I like neck knives as much as the next guy. I have a couple, but this Pangolin is just in that medium size that I really like, and that medium weight, easy to carry, and still easy to conceal, without having a 4-inch blade or larger. So I think this is kind of a rare find. I hope CRKT makes more knives like this, in the upcoming years. And I hope a lot of people grab this Pangolin because it's an awesome knife for the price point, which, by the way, was $41 when I purchased it. MSRP is listed at $70, and I'm sure it'll go down to, maybe $33, $35, somewhere in that range fairly soon. So that out of the way, we'll look at some specs and tell you guys how I like the knife. The blade length is 2.975 inches, so right under 3. Good EDC range for me. I like those 3.25 inch blades, and then 6.75 inches overall. Now this knife only weighs 3.4 ounces. So coincidentally enough, that is the same size and weight as a lot of my favorite EDC folders. And this is kind of reminiscent in hand because obviously same weight, same size. Now, this blade is going to be deceiving because it feels much larger in hand than it really is. And I can attribute that to this huge amount of belly in this blade. Although it's a 3-inch blade, or just sub 3-inch, that huge amount of belly gives you so much cutting surface for that blade length. Now this is a full tank construction knife made out of 8CR13 MOV, so a good budget Chinese steel that's treated me well in a fixed blade as well as my folders. And it is a modified drop point, almost a clip point design with a mid-hollow grind. So just a monster slicer and cutter. I cannot, emphasize that enough, that this knife will excel in any EDC task you put it through. Now I've cut open boxes. You can see some of the wear here on the blade. I kind of left that on there for you guys to see how much I've been using it. But, those boxes, those packaging, those food prep, all those normal tasks you have throughout the day for a knife, this is going to do awesome at those just from the blade shape alone. Now, it does have a black powder coating on it as well, which is very tough, very corrosion resistant, and ironically very similar to this Azula 2. Now, this does have 1095, a different type of steel for sure, maybe a little bit superior, but we'll do a review of this knife later. Now, this Pangolin definitely can be used as, say, an outdoorsy kind of small fixed blade, but I just think it excels at that mid-size EDC fixed blade, which I don't know if I'm the only one searching for those kind of knives, but they seem to be very hard to find. Now, if we move away from the blade down to the handle, the ergonomics are just, superior to a lot of fixed blades I've held in the past. There's some very good jimping here on top, ridged and kind of widespread for your thumb to have a variety of positions, whether you want to choke back on the knife or choke up, that you're going to get some good purchase. Now, the scales are glass-filled nylon, just a hard plastic, and are kind of riveted onto this skeletonized handle. So these holes are cut out to save some weight. But that's, one tiny issue I have with this knife, that these scales are not removable, in the sense that if you removed them, you could wrap it in paracord or just leave it how it is to have a thinner knife. That being said, they are ergonomic for sure. And You know, they're fairly grippy, but they just add a little bit of width in your hand, so there's more knife to hold. So that's always nice to have, nice to have some more security in hand. Now this protrusion here is kind of like how a flipper doubles as a finger guard on a folder. You have a large finger troll for your hand to just get locked in. You couple that with the jimping, and then this handle scale is just to give you an awesome grip. Other than that, there's not a whole lot going on other than this small lanyard hole for you to throw some paracord through. Now, with fixed blades, I know we need to talk about the sheath, and let's take a look at it. It's made out of a similar material as the handles, that glass-filled nylon, kind of a thermoplastic, just really tough, hard material. Now, this is not the belt clip that came with the Pangolin. This is the belt clip that came with the Izula 2. The belt clip that came with the Pangolin is this one right here, which is very similar to a tech lock in the sense that you open it up, sorry guys, and then you screw it onto your sheath, however that is going to go on there. You got a couple lashing points, and then you close it around your belt, and then you lock it. So very secure system. It's an awesome innovation from CRKT to put something like this on this price point of knife, and I really like it. But I changed it to put on my Izula 2, and the reason for that being is that this is a very secure mechanism as far as lashing it to a belt for everyday carry, and this Izula 2 has very good detention in its sheath. It's very hard to pull out. You got to give it some force. Now, when I had this Izula on my belt before with this belt clip's almost not strong enough to hold the Izula on when you try to withdraw it. The Pangolin is the exact opposite. That Pangolin does not have very good detention in the sheath, so it's very easy to slide out, use, and put back. Now, that is a huge negative in a fixed blade, depending on how you view it. I'm going to carry this knife tipped down all the time. Now, if you wanted to scout carry this knife, or maybe strap to a backpack or something where it's tipped up, there is a potential that you might lose this knife. Now, that being said, that is a plus and a negative. Other than that, guys, there's no negatives to this Pangolin. The sheath itself is very minimal. It's nice and thin, nice and tough, and about what you'd expect at that price point. But this tech lock that came with it is just an awesome innovation. Like I said, I just love it. So I swapped those over. But the real selling point of this Pangolin, like I said, is the belly, and I think it's in the exact same class as the Izula 2. Now, the Izula 2 is over twice as much, may have some superior construction, but as far as use, these knives fill the exact same function. Now, that 1095 steel on this might be a little bit more for hard outdoor use, but as a fixed blade, the Pangolin wins. Now, I suggest you guys go pick one up. They're awesome. They're brand new. And thanks for watching. As always, guys, go subscribe, go like, go follow my Instagram account, funwithknives_, and have a good Monday. Thanks.